What up, people? We're back in Anime Last Stand, and I'm gonna show you how to AFK in the new Mesno Forest raid, Act 6. Uh, it's actually pretty tough. Right now, I'm playing it with 4 characters, but I'm only using 1 unit to attack. There's no damage numbers on them, and it's a pretty complicated process, I would say. First, you want to do is make sure you know where the retry button is. Right, this is the preferences I'm using: 100x playback speed, continuous playback, and I use F8 to record, and Control Shift Alt and P to play and stop. All right, so first thing I do is I click on this. This is without seamless retry. There's a button in the menu that basically lets you seamlessly retry. The problem with seamless retry is it slows down over time. So if you're AFKing for a long time, it's not smart. If you're just, this is a map that you should just AFK for the stuff you need. I would not AFK for rerolls on this. There's so many other raids that are just easy to do with 1 character. This is pretty tough raid. So I use all of my 3. I use every unit, essentially. So the first thing I do is I press F8. I'm going to show you this in real time. So I go to Preferences, and let's show you in normal time. So I already recorded the program. The problem with 100x is that sometimes it will stop playing all of a sudden, like the loop. It'll just stop doing that. So you have to like watch it and make sure it's actually replaying. Like the first 3 times I pressed playback, it would stop after 1 loop. I let it play. When we got to the 4th time, it started looping. So yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, let's press play. This is in normal time. I click on the retry button, then I click on the start button. Then I press the number 6, and I'm using Bulma. Then I click 6 again, and I place her again. Because this is 100x speed, you're gonna mess up sometimes. I click 5, then I click 5 again, try to place the unit. Then I click 4, then I click 4 again. Then I do 3, click 3 again, click 2 again. I'm always trying to double place them. Right there at the end, I try to place the attack units again just to see what's up. And then I go to click there. I click there a bunch of times. I click once there, and I press close. So to open a unit manager, I press F. So you have to do that. You have to basically do that before you're upgrading the units. And that's pretty slow. I'm probably gonna die here. There's a possibility I will die here because it's so slow. This is like what, 40-second loop almost? 50-second loop, which is not gonna cut it. You want to get your loops below 15 seconds, because after 30 seconds you get kicked. It'll send you back to the lobby. I say below 15 seconds because sometimes Roblox does tend to freeze. If you get frozen, let's say if your loop is 20 seconds and it freezes, well, you just started 20 seconds to click retry, it freezes there. Now you're going to loop back, and that's 40 seconds. So halfway through your second loop to click retry again after it froze, you're going to miss the opportunity to click retry. So that's the whole reason I say under 15 seconds. I want there to be a failsafe so that you're able to click retry multiple times if it does bug. All right. Well, enough about that. This is the boss, and he's tanky. He's really tanky. I'm going to press Control, Shift, Alt, and P to pause it. Remember, when you're recording Tiny Test, you press F8 to start it, the recording. Do what you want to do. press F8 to stop recording for tiny task. And then don't ever click F8 again once you have your loop. Only click Shift, Control, Alt, and P to play back. All right, so I'm going to go Preferences, and I'm going to click on 100x speed playback. Now, this loop is probably going to be like a 7-second loop, I think. 8-second loop. It's playing before we could even see the screen, yo. So you see, we're kind of getting cooked a little. But that's okay. We need to place Bulma, and we need to place Frieren. Frieren is a must. You could also use Dante. He is a fire unit, and he's one of the best fire unit starters in the game. There's a bunch of units you could use. But you see my loop works, you know? We're gonna win. It's gonna be easy. Let me just show you what other units you could substitute. I say Frieren is needed for this. Probably not. Probably not if you have some good damage units. Let's look at these damage units actually really quick. All right. So this is the new list. Guts. This is from Banner 3. Guts takes quite a bit to Evo. He's from Banner 3. And we got Dante. So right now I'm using Shanks. I'm using this dude, and I'm using Frieren. So yeah, you want to use fire units. There's souls you could equip on them to help you out. Oops. We clicked off that, but that's okay. I forgive everybody. All right, but that's it. That's units you could replace them with. All right, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed that, and take care, yo. Peace. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments. Bye.